Good morning! Okay, you guys can hear me alright? Awesome. Okay, so today I'm gonna just be drawing some portraits of characters that I like. Well, of my own characters. I guess I kind of have to like all of them, don't I? Hi, tryhard! How are you doing this morning? Oh, thanks! Eventually I will design my whole own stream layout and it'll match a little bit more. Tired? Yeah, that's fair. I did not have time to make caffeinated tea, so I am also a little tired. Or coffee. Try not to drink as much of that. As my voice gets all raspy. I might need to stop the stream in the middle at some point to make tea. How's setting up your arc thing going? You've been working on that for a while. I try. I'm still in pajamas, but, you know. Oh, very cool. Oh, shit. Speaking of, I should probably start recording so I can make this a speed paint later. How was my holiday? It was good. It was good. I got to see my family. And it's the first time I've gotten to see my extended family since like really just no wait, like I went on like a small vacation with them after we all got vaccinated and like the state opened back up. But it feels like it's been forever. So it was really good. Had pie, which was nice. I turned 24, so people won't have to hate me anymore. Because no one likes you when you're 23, right? Oh, thank you. Say this like you weren't there the entire time. Yeah. Hung out with my cousins and my aunts and uncles, my parents, my brother. It was really good. Got home delicious leftovers. I finally got my grandma's meatloaf recipe written down. Ah. Delicious, delicious meatloaf. Actually had some of it last night because she made it because I love it, and I got to take the leftovers home, so I made mashed potatoes when I got home, and it was so good. I know we talked about food last stream. Welcome to this stream where I draw and I tell you about how hungry I am, because I guess drawing takes a lot of energy and it makes me think about food. Yes, it was. Remember, can't a little bit. This is a portrait of my character Lily that I drew for Drawtober a little bit. I did a portrait of Zilla, and I thought I'd also do a portrait of Lily, and eventually I will do a portrait of my character Mo. Yeah. What's there? I can't tell you. It's a secret. Actually, what was really cool, hi Livid Lemming, how was your holiday, by the way? Okay, I'll tell you the secret meatloaf recipe. We reuse actual people in it. Yep. You piss your grandma off, we put you in the meatloaf. Huh. Well, that's good, because you ate as much as you wanted, and you didn't feel bad about it later because you didn't gain weight. Nice job. Actually, so a bit of sad stuff. My great grandmother is currently in an assisted living home because she had a series of strokes right before COVID, and she's probably not going to be able to live on her own, and she's not going to probably be going home. But my grandmother, who's kind of in charge of her estate, is like they've been going through and cleaning up her house. So she has like a bunch of really, really old stuff, which is kind of really cool to see. Like she has this giant spinning wheel because it's a farm, right? And she has a bunch of like wooden desks for like school children. And we also found, what else did we find? We found like a vintage like Vespa type thing, which was really cool. Found a giant wooden barrel, like an aging barrel. We don't know what they did with it, but maybe my family has a history of bootleggers, who knows. But so I was going through some of the old books that she had, and I found her box of like recipe cards. And my grandmother already has like her own great grandmother's recipe cards and her own recipe cards. So she's like, why don't you just take these recipe cards? So it was really fun to like go through and see all of like the really, really old family recipes and stuff. There's a lot of really weird ones. Like there's one for like a tomato soup cake, and it's a cake made with a can of Campbell's tomato soup. And I'm totally gonna make. Aha. I'm not liking how this is coming out. I feel like her face is too squished. I also found my great grandmother's like baby book, like the book that her mom wrote in when she was born, which was really cool. Cause that's not like a thing most people do anymore, at least in my experience. Most people will do like scrapbooks and stuff, but you know, they didn't have pictures taken all the time in 1932, so. Actually, there was like the first recipe that was in there was for this weird, it was like pineapple cottage cheese jello. And you take jello and you mix it with large curd cottage cheese, sliced pineapple chunks, and then like shredded pineapple and lemon juice. And it sounds disgusting. And like it was divided like into sections. So like the first front sections were frosting, cookies, cakes, and pies. And I was like, wow, Grandma, is that all you make now? Which was accurate. She made a lot of sweets. And but I get to the salad section and I'm like, all right, cool. There were literally like 2 cards for actual salads. The rest of them were like salad that has marshmallows in it, or salad with like frosting. Like it was like, these are all just more desserts. used to have this Jello recipe that was like a Jello cranberry shrimp salad thing, where it was like shrimp and cream and Jello and cranberries and lettuce, and it was it had pictures with it. It was super gross. I don't like how this looks. Okay, that's a little better. What's my favorite dinosaur? Oh, I used to know the name for it. But it's like... Give me a second. It's a thing. It's a thing. Let me just give me a second. I really like dinosaurs, so this is important to me. Okay. I think I've almost found it. Tell me about your favorite dinosaur while I try to fit a picture of mine. That's really cool. Okay. Okay, I think I found a good picture. Let me just... Ooh. This is my favorite dinosaur. I'm not even gonna try to read what that says. Yeah. There used to be like this, this really good picture that I used to have of them where it was like a 3D image that was created, for a museum. Because I had it on like one of those Discovery Museum apps, and you could look at different pictures of dinosaurs. But this is the one that I really like. These are some artist renditions of what it might have looked like. It also could have looked like that. Which is pretty cool, too. But yeah. That's my favorite dinosaur. I don't know very much about it, which is, I guess, really bad if it's my favorite. It's more just... It just looks like a nice dinosaur. Maybe someday we'll draw dinosaurs on the stream. We'll probably end up drawing dinosaurs at some point on stream. I will. I don't know if you guys draw with me. Yeah. Did you ever read those books, Dinotopia? There might have only been one book, but I think there was a couple. They were like these huge, like, picture books that were supposed to be based, like, they were like supposed to be similar to like if a scientist, dinosaur stream. If a scientist had like stumbled into a world where there were still dinosaurs in like the turn of the century, and it was actually really cool, and it had amazing art for it. Like, okay, now I have to look it up again. Back to Google so I can show you just how amazing it was. Like, I actually went to a gallery of some of his work, and it was amazing. Okay. So the artist was James Gurney. He is best known for his illustrated series Dinotopia. He specializes in painting realistic images of scenes that can't exist. So, and I had the first one. I had this one. And it got really in depth with like how people lived next to the dinosaurs, and they had like a whole like written language between the different dinosaurs and what that was like. And for half of it, like, there was this one little dinosaur that would hang out with them and would like translate between them and the other dinosaurs, because they could not speak English, but like there was a person that they hung out with who could they could like understand dinosaur. It was really cool, and they had different jobs based on different dinosaurs. Like, this was the main character that you followed around, and his son, as they were like exploring this world. Oh, it was so cool. This was like a dinosaur festival they had. These were the books I liked to read as a kid. Okay. I guess it won't. Oh, and there were like some like mammals in the different regions. Like, this was the sky region, and this was the forest region, and these were the snowy mountains region. That was like the swamp region, and a different swamp region. It was so cool. There were dinosaurs that needed his teeth brushed. And it would usually have like a big picture like on one side, and then like a smaller picture or like some notes, and then a bunch of like writing in cursive that you could read as like a field journal. Oh, this was the dinosaur writing. Yeah. You see, then there's like the main character and his son and the little dinosaur that's helping them out. Oh, it was so cool. Yeah. Get back to actually drawing. Not just looking at cool dinosaur pictures. Human mouths, how do they work? Huge teeth. Brr. Oh god, I hate this. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I want to check the thermostat for a sec because I was worried that like my computer might be overheating because we had to turn the heat on in the house because it's cold out. No more teeth. Goodbye, teeth. Okay, that's a little better. I don't like the mouth. All of it is gone. Okay, I'm liking this a lot more. Shit. There we go. Excuse me. I tried very hard not to sneeze into the mic. Keep thinking it's Wednesday and it's only Tuesday. Only Tuesday. Time is an illusion, and so is death. I like the quote better. Time is an illusion, and so are plans. Do people have any fun plans for today? I mean, it is a Tuesday, the weird in-between day that shouldn't exist, right? Because everyone hates Mondays, Wednesdays are hump day, Thursday is Friday Eve, and Friday is almost the weekend, and then Saturday and Sunday. They're like the weekend and the day you do chores, or the day that you try not to throw up from your hangover. But what is Tuesday? I kind of like Tuesdays because they're a weird in-between nothing day. Like the liminal space of the week. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break and grab some food really quick. Be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I will try not to chew too much into the mic while I eat cookies and drink tea. Thank you for waiting. I'll add some extra time at the end of the stream, so it will still be about 3 hours of drawing time. Let me know if the chewing is really loud. We're in America, we call them cookies. But yeah, basically. Yum, 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 yum. And the tea's really hot. It keeps burning my mouth. And I'm worried I didn't put in enough sugar. Oh, I got this fruit nut mix. And it's walnuts and cranberries and raisins. And I like walnuts and raisins, they're okay. Do not like cranberries, but I guess I could tolerate them. And I have some semi-sweet, baking chocolate I could probably cut into chunks, so I'm wondering if maybe I should make cookies. Cause I mean, what else am I gonna do with the fruit nut mix? I'm just gonna eat it. I'm not a bird. You think it's gross? That's just cause you don't like good things. Would you like it if they were made into cookies, though? Would you try the cookies? It's me trying to the song that's playing right now isn't quite possible. You would try it to prove you don't like them? Well, I guess that's fair. What happens if you do like them if you try them? Hey, Trag. I get to eat cookies. No, even if you like them, I take them away. Hey, try out. I trust your ears. Is the chewing too loud? I don't want people to feel like I'm chewing into their ear. That's just rude. You can't hear it? Awesome. Maybe it just blends into the weird music. Lo-fi music. Saving the world from the gross sound of me chewing. Nom nom nom. I guess I'm a loud chewer, which is something I'd never thought about or considered. I chew with my mouth closed. I don't talk when I chew. I just put things in my mouth and I chew them. And I didn't realize this until middle school, and some girl I was hanging out with, we were kind of friends, but we argued all the time, as teenage girls do. We were not friends in high school, definitely. She came over to my house. It was the only time she came over to my house, and we were hanging out, and I wanted Doritos, so I was eating Doritos, and I was not chewing with my mouth closed. I wasn't talking when I was chewing, and she flipped out at me and started screaming at me that I was a loud chewer, and that she couldn't stand it. And I guess that's why she laughed, and I was like, alright, well, guess that sucks for you. But ever since then, I've been a little self-conscious about my chewing and if I chew super loud. Oh, middle school. How you build a lifetime of insecurities. The tea is still really hot, and I can't tell if it's bitter because I didn't put enough sugar in it, or if it's because I'm also eating cookies, and the cookies are sweet, and anytime you eat two different sweet things, one of them is gonna taste gross. Actually, I weirdly kind of like it. Sometimes when I'm like, I want to eat something sweet, but I also really want something to like be super sour at the same time, I'll get some, like I'll eat a cookie while I drink like sweetened coffee. And the cookie will make the coffee taste like bitter and kind of sour, but not in the way that coffee usually tastes. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. That's so weird. I remember I have a very distinct memory as a kid, because I had to brush my teeth every morning, right? Like children, well, like every human does, but especially like as a child, you hate it. But my thing was like, I brushed my teeth and then I was immediately hungry afterwards, even though I'd already had breakfast. So I asked my grandma if I could have like some orange juice. And I had just brushed my teeth and she's like, are you sure you want orange juice? You just brushed your teeth. And I was like, yeah, I want orange juice. So she gave me orange juice and I was like, why does it taste gross? She goes, well, you just brushed your teeth. That's what happened. So I drank all the orange juice. Because I was like, if I just keep drinking it, eventually it won't taste gross, right? Wrong. If you keep drinking the orange juice after brushing your teeth, it continues to taste gross. And then afterwards, your breath is like, your mouth tastes like minty citrus, which is not fun. And then I distinctly remember another occasion where I brushed my teeth. And then like a few minutes later, I decided I wanted to eat a bowl of Lucky Charms, and I had like orange juice again, and I had just brushed my teeth. So, but I was also having a sweet thing, so it just made the orange juice taste terrible, and the Lucky Charms tasted weirdly minty, and my mouth was just sad. But I did it. I ate the whole bowl with the milk, and I drank all the orange juice, and part of my brain as a kid was like, you know what? I like this. This pain is nice. That sounds amazing. Oh my god. Because when I just first read your thing, instead of reading Donut Looking, it was Donut Animals. So I read your whole little text thing, but in my mind they were animals that were donuts. Maybe it's because I was just talking about food. But that also sounds amazing. I feel like I want it to be like claymation, stop motion. And that's why they went extinct, because they were donuts and they were delicious. Oh my god, yes. It reminds me of this book I read when I think I was like 10 maybe. It was a book that like my grandmother found at a garage sale, and it was called like George Washington's Breakfast or something, and it was about this kid whose name was George, and he decided that he wanted to know what George Washington ate for breakfast so that he could have that same breakfast. And it essentially ended up being like Like, he went on like this whole research hunt with his grandmother, and they looked up really old recipes, and they visited, like, because they lived in like the same state, they visited like the historical house where George Washington lived so that they could look at the kitchen and see what kind of equipment that they had. Because this was before the internet, or the book was written before the internet, so they had to actually like go to the library and do research, and wrote a book about the research that they did. And it ended up being like this fried pastry cake that was similar to a pancake, but like with more sugar somehow, or something like that. Or it was, I think it was like described as like almost more like a funnel cake, but like a little, like it was somewhere between a pancake and a funnel cake, where it was still fried dough, and it was much sugarier than a pancake, but it wasn't as sugary as like funnel cake. And your donut animals made me think about that, and now I really want funnel cake. Oh, no, he had wooden teeth because he would crack walnuts with his teeth. Like, that was the thing, is he liked to, as like a trick, put a walnut in his mouth, and he would crack the walnut with his teeth. And then his regular teeth, you know, like fucking died because of that. So then he had wooden teeth for a while. And then he had teeth made out of whalebone. Because actually it was a common thing at the time where if you lost your teeth and you needed dentures and you could pay for it, you would have slaves and you'd have their teeth ripped out and you would have those as your dentures, which was cruel and awful. And George Washington was a better guy than that. And he was like, no, I'll have them made out of whalebone. And so he would still do the walnut trick. Yes, he was. He was a draft boy opening up beer bottles with his teeth and walnuts. That's somehow worse to me. Walnuts are great. What is with you and Tryhard hating walnuts? I have like this walnut nut mix that I was talking about, and I was like, maybe I should put it in cookies, and Tryhard was like, no, they're gross. Disgusting. And walnuts are great. They're one of the better of the nuts in the nut family. It's the better nut. Oh my god. So if guys have a favorite like testicle and you're going out with a girl, do you ever tell her, and if she ever asks why, you go, it's just the better nut? Oh, it's such a dumb joke, but it's so funny. Well, it's like walnuts and raisins and cranberries, like dried raisins and dried cranberries, and I was gonna put in chocolate too. Like those cookies are like everything but the kitchen sink. I think if you want to include the kitchen sink, you have to put in like white chocolate pieces along with the regular chocolate, and or maybe like peanut butter, those like peanut butter chips, which I totally would because those are delicious. Ooh, I do not like oatmeal cream pies, but I do like oatmeal cookies. Try not to choose and do it in the mic, sorry. There were these oatmeal cookies that, like, my mom's mother like bought the dough, like when you could buy like the dough in a big package and you keep it in the freezer. And it was oatmeal, raisin, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. And they were so good. I remember, I think I was like 11, and she only made them once, because they were, apparently the dough was like super expensive to buy. But I ate 20 of them in like an hour. And that was also one of the reasons why she never made them again, because I almost got sick. They were so good. Nothing like sugaring up the children before you send them back home to their parents. My grandfather would absolutely do that on purpose. My mom's dad would give us like after dinner, he would give us something super sugary if we wanted. If we wanted, we could say no. But he ended up being very diabetic. But he always had like ding dongs. Yeah, me too. He always had like those chocolate ding dongs in the freezer. And so after dinner, he would like let my brother and I like each have our own package, and that would have like 2 of them in it. And those were like just basically just 2 giant cupcakes covered in fudge chocolate with frosting in the middle. And we would eat those, and then he would just send us home to our parents like, I don't know why they're so hyper. They must have just had a great time with Grandma and Grandpa. Thinking about starting up doing those like short mini comics I was doing for a little while last year again. I have a little bit more time now, so I can. I don't know if I'll work on them on stream though, because they're like kind of like small and cute and like sketchy. They're not like serious art. They're more just for fun. I don't know. Maybe. If you guys wanted to see something like that. If you guys have like any suggestions of like what you want to see or any drawing requests, like you can let me know. I can't promise that I'll have time or that it'll be something I'll do right away, but I'll put it on the list. I actually do have like a huge list of drawings. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wrote out like a bunch of them, but then like just things happened and I got too busy and depression and you know, life got complicated, so I just didn't have time to go back to them. Also trying to like get my red bubble back up. Doing all the things. So many things. Am I gonna burn myself out? Possibly. Am I trying hard not to do that? Yes. Is it inevitable? Probably. For me, it's essentially like I know that the burnout is going to happen, so I just try to mitigate it. That's what I try to do. I try to like make it as short and as not super dysfunctional as possible. Does that make sense? I hope so. Thanks. Yes. I'm actually drawing Lily right now. This is her face. Yeah, I still have those comics planned out. It's just that those comics are gonna actually be detailed and like look nice. So those ones will take even longer. Thanks. Okay. Now we're gonna make this purple. I saw your question as soon as I put a cookie in my mouth. Give me a second. Okay. So yes, kind of. So the short comics that I'll do, I'll probably post online and on the various social media sites like Reddit and Webtoon and Instagram. But another thing is that I would eventually like want to print them and put them all into like a book or in a series of short comics. But they wouldn't be zines then. Then they would be, they would just be labeled as comics. Because a zine is, or a zine is supposed to be, it's usually something collective, and it's also usually almost like a collage almost of writing and art and, yeah, just writing and art usually, and it's with an overarching theme. If it's like one story and it's told in one singular format and that format is based on images with speech bubbles, then that's a comic. And that's the biggest difference between them. Planning any more zines right now. Zines. I keep wanting to, I call them zines because that's how it's spelled, but it's supposed to be pronounced zine because it's short for magazine. Yeah. But I'm not going to be in any for a little while. I was in 2, and one of them is still working on being printed. But it's hard, and it's difficult to get in. It's difficult to stick to the deadline. Things change all the time. Like I was just supposed to be doing like the digital desktop merch, and then they contacted me for the zine that's not published yet. It's like a My Hero Academia fan one. And they contacted me, and one of their full page artists just dropped. They disappeared. And so they asked me if I could convert mine into a full page, like a double page spread, which was really cool because it's cool to get featured like that, but at the same time it's kind of like it's hard relying on other people. It's like a giant group project, and while I like that outcome and it's a little fun to be a part of it and see something that you all came together and created, you also have to really be devoted to it. Like I'm not I like My Hero Academia, but we did the zine on Stain, and he's a good character. But he's just like, I was not as kind of, I don't want to say obsessed, but they were all very, very fangirly over Stain as a character, and I was not. It was very hard to kind of be in that environment of, I'm here to make cool art of a character that I think is interesting. I'm not as passionate about it as you guys. Does that make sense? So if I do another zine, I'd want to do it either I'd want to do it of stuff that I'm very interested in, or I'd want to do it of maybe just a short one of just a collection of my own work. Very long-winded answer for a very easy topic. Sorry. But I'm starting the line art now, so I have to concentrate a little bit more, so I might not be able to answer questions right away. Yeah, honestly, like most of the time when you get into any kind of like fan community or fandom, right? People get pretty hardcore about it, and I can both respect and fear that. Like, I used to watch this. I actually got into this show because of the fandom, and then I stopped watching the show because of the fandom. There was this like French cartoon. It wasn't an anime, but it was sort of kind of like based off of the style of anime. But anyway, it was called Miraculous Ladybug. It was intended for like kids, kind of like ages 12 to 14. So it had some serious topics. It wasn't like a children's show, but it definitely was not like a show made for adults. And I liked the fan art, I liked the fandom, I liked the some of the writings and the exploration of the characters, and it was a show that tried to do that even on its own, which was really cool. But then when the main female character started doing things outside of like the main pairing that people put her in, people lost their shit. Like, so the show is kind of centered around her. She's secretly a superhero, and she has a sidekick who is also a superhero. He's her age, and she doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who she is. But the audience knows that he is a guy in her class that she has a huge crush on, and he doesn't know who she is, and she is like, he considers her a really good friend, but he has a huge crush on like the superhero version of her, right? So it's like the square, right? Because it's how they each interact in their different kind of personas. Because you put on a superhero mask and you act a little different. And then the main character, the girl, she spends like half part of the show when she's a regular person, like trying to kind of ask him out, right? To get the courage up to do it. And she kind of fails at it. He's also super oblivious, which is like a trope that they rely on a lot. Because it's not like their masks cover their whole faces. Like, it's not hard. Other people figure out who they are. But a different male character comes in, and he actually shows interest in the female lead as like a person outside of the superhero. And she's like, she's not it's like a genuine interest as a friend, and then she starts to like him a bit more, and people lose their minds. Like, they flip out. They're just like, she can't do that. She's betraying Adrian. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, but she's like 13. And as far as she knows, that this guy just wants to be friends with her. And she can't tell if he's oblivious or if he's just trying to let her down easy. And this guy is actually like sweet, genuine, kind, and just wants to be her friend. And then when he sees it, like, he starts, yeah. Anyway, the fandom got super, super toxic. And kind of like bashy and hatey. And it was super annoying. And I just decided to exit. That's another thing where I don't draw a lot of fan art just because as well as I could draw, it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be the character exactly the way it's drawn in the anime or the manga or the comic. And some people take a very big offense to that. I don't want to fucking deal with them. I do not. I truly do not. I probably will draw fan art at some point because there are shows that I like enough to draw fan art. But I swear to fuck, I will not hear a single word of, well, it doesn't look exactly. Well, actually, the backpack has 6 pockets and not 4. Well, 4 looks better in my drawing. What is this? Oh. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 moment. I have to put the stream on pause for a hot sec. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go check, I wanted to check the Spotify settings, because for some reason it changed the playlist for like no reason, which was not fun. Now all this other stuff is happening, and technology is failing me! Okay. Aw, thank you. That's really sweet. I like to think so. I think that if I do fan art soon, it's either going to be of My Hero Academia characters, because I do really like their character design, even if I don't watch the anime all the time. I'm actually trying to catch up on it. Or it'll be Demon Slayer, because I just saw the movie over the holiday weekend. Okay, I love Demon. I truly love it. It's one of my favorite animes. I've seen the first season a couple of times over, and I watched my uncle let me know, because he also likes Demon Slayer. Like, we were at Thanksgiving, and I think it was Friday, and it was just some of us hanging out at my grandmother's house, and my uncle was like, oh, the Demon Slayer movie is out now, do you want to watch it? And half the people were like, what is that? I don't know and I don't care. And then I was like, yes, let's watch it. So it was me against a bunch of neutral people and some people who were like, I don't care what's on TV, I will leave the room. So we watched it. We watched the whole movie, and it was amazing. I did not cry, but I almost cried. It was so good. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Actually, my little cousin, one of my little cousins, I'm not going to say her name because she's a child and she should have that anonymity. Anyway, is she my youngest cousin? She is my youngest cousin, and I think I want to say she's 6 or 7 now. Yes, Demon Slayer rant. She's like 6 or 7 now. And she's, you know, a kid, so she has a hard time sitting still. She has a hard time being quiet. She's not gonna sit through a movie normally, right? So she was painting like a birdhouse in my grandmother's basement, like downstairs, because they had set up like a craft table down there. And she came upstairs because she wanted to hang out with her dad. And he was like, well, we're watching this movie. And she sat down and she sat through the entire movie, to a point when like their dog, which they had brought to my grandmother's house because they couldn't leave her alone over the holiday weekend, like jumped up on her lap and tried to get her to play. And she's like, no, Peep, no. And you're in the way. And she sat there silently watching the whole movie. And if somebody tried to talk, she would shush them. And it was the cutest thing ever. Like, she had no idea what was going on. She was like, this is good. I like it. It was so cute. Fuck, I fucked up her fucking pupils. Okay. But yes, Demon Slayer is great. And I highly recommend it to anyone. But yeah, so you watch the first, so it's one of those shows that where it'll put like it's putting a movie in between the anime seasons. So you watch the first season and then you watch the movie, which is like the Mugen Train, right? And then the second season is supposed to be coming out, I want to say it's, they said it was coming out in March of 2022. I started watching it dubbed because when I originally put it on, I put it on like while I was drawing. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna pay attention to this. This is just background noise. It'll be good. I heard it's interesting. And then I just started watching, like, I didn't do anything. I just started watching it. But if I watch something subbed, I'll try and watch the entire series subbed. And if I watch something dubbed, I try to watch the entire series dubbed because I get really attached to how the voice actors portray the character. So I've been watching the dubbed version of everything for Demon Slayer, so yeah. Fight me. People are like, no, dubbed is better. Yes, to a certain extent, dubbed is usually truer than to what the anime is supposed to be. But when it's dubbed, they usually do a better job of translating it into like the proper metaphors and colloquialisms that they're supposed to be, because subbed is usually just a direct translation. Dubbed, they actually like work with a translator usually to be like, okay, well, will this grammatical joke still make sense because this is an entirely different word in English. A hilarious anime. So the anime Evangelion Genesis, right? That very famous anime. That ridiculous, very famous anime. That is so dumb. So I watched that. I watched it dubbed, but I watched it dubbed with the original like subtitles underneath. It's the only anime I've ever done that for. But it was like the only, I don't think I was watching it on Netflix. I think it was like the only subtitle option that they were given. And I was like watching it while I was eating. And I was living with roommates at the time. So I couldn't always hear what they were saying. So I would listen to it sub. And they make that anime so much more, like the subtitles from the direct Japanese translation were so much more sexual compared to like what they were saying in the dubbed like English voices. And it was also like not just sexual between like the various like included love interests that you'd think they were. It was sexual between like all of them. It was like all the female characters, they're gonna heavily imply that maybe they have seen each other naked or done things. And then in the English one, it's just like, we're so good as friends. remember that time we hung out at the mall? And it's insane. And that scene where he's with like the angel that looks like a guy and they're in the bath and you're just like, what are they doing? Like the dubbed English version of that is very much like, what are you doing? This is weird. Like, it's just very normal, like kind of like bro talk. And then you read the subtitles from the Japanese version and it's just, it's way gayer than anything I have ever seen, except for maybe in like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's insane. It was hilarious how they changed it. They do that with like a lot of animes I've noticed. Like there's this anime No Game No Life, which is really good. Okay, it's weird, but it's really good. And I've always watched it subbed. I think the dubbed version wasn't available until it was on Netflix. Excuse me. So I'd only ever seen it subbed. And one of my past roommates, like, we recommended he watch it. And he watched it dubbed, and we could hear it, and it was so weird hearing it dubbed because it was far less sexual. Just a bunch of buff dudes in loincloths hanging out, talking about how they are the most beautiful creatures on the earth. Anyway, they like ruined half the jokes in No Game No Life, took out like almost all the sexual references, and I think that they edited like some scenes out in the English version, or maybe in the Netflix version. And it was so weird, and it kind of like, it pissed me off a little bit. I was like, this anime was so good, and you ruined it. Now I sound like a ridiculous weeb. I don't like how her eyes are turning out. I guess they're okay. Let's put her pupils here. Make her look crazy. No. Okay, that, yes, it is a little weirdly creepy. It's a dress, and it's worked on, and they do it less and less. But I've seen worse animes. Like, I've seen worse things. So as far as anime goes, it's not that bad. Also, they're not related. They're like, she's adopted, and she was adopted at a very late age, which doesn't make it like, it doesn't really make it okay. It just makes it less creepy, I guess. Should probably stop talking about this on stream. Like, it is even addressed a little bit in the anime where he's like, we do it as a joke. This isn't normal. The Bowser vid of what? No, I have not, and I don't know. I don't even know what that means. wow. Oh, wow. There are some places we do not go. There are some places we dare not tread. Okay, next question. Yes, I did finish the piece on the bottom. I'm gonna eventually like animate it to make parts of it like glowing with colors, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. That's like the next step. We should probably stop talking about porn. Thank you. Yeah, I went back after the stream and I changed the shading because I decided that I didn't like where I had originally put the light source and I wanted the light source to actually be like the leaves on the plant coming out. How are you doing, Spectre? How was your Thanksgiving? If you celebrated it. I know some people who don't. I mean, isn't that what friendly neighbors are for? So that they can eat you should the coming apocalypse arrive before they're ready with their bunker. Is that not what normal people do? So Thanksgiving, I talked about it. I spent it with my family and like my grandmother in my dad's hometown. And there's this local comic shop we go to every time we visit town, to a point where like, oh nice. I need to make some more turkey because I got a bunch of leftover stuffing and somebody else took the turkey. The child is just kind of like, why do we have so much stuffing and no turkey? Anyway, we went to this comic shop. We go there every time we visit. And my dad's been going there since he was like a kid. And so the owner like knows us almost personally, which is really cool. The point where he's like, I guess we have meatloaf. We could have meatloaf with the stuffing, or stuffing with the meatloaf. Like he's known me since I was like a baby. And my dad used to bring me like into the store, and he was telling me, because last free comic book day, he did like, he had, I like when a few of them know me, but he had like a caricature artist and like raffles and a bunch of like, he got a lot more business than he thought, even with COVID. And so this next coming free comic book day, he wants to set up almost like a little mini convention and have some of the space like on the sidewalk outside the shop with like a mini artist alley, because there's like maybe like 12 local artists that he knows. And he asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and he like took down my email, and I'm super excited because I've never done a convention before, because a lot of the local ones near me are huge, and I don't want my first convention to be like a huge convention. I would like it to be smaller so I can like test out how I like it, right? But I'm super happy and excited. like an hour or so, and it's right in the downtown of the town where my grandparents live, and so, and plus it's free comic book day. Like I know that my dad would probably plan on making a weekend trip to that shop for free comic book day anyway, so yeah. He's a very cool guy. Yeah. Well, my parents they live about 3 hours away, maybe 3.5 now. My grandparents are only like an hour and a half because they live outside of the town, and then, goodness, my headphones are just starting to hurt my ears a little bit. Most of the rest of my family live, like one of my aunts, she lives like, I'll drive anywhere for a CPU chip. I have an aunt who lives in like the state capital, so she's a good couple hours away. And my uncle, who was visiting for the holidays with my grandparents and everything, him and his family, they live like 6 hours away. They don't fit conventional headphones. I have to wear these tinier headphones than like the big clunky ones you see artware sometimes, because then my glasses won't fit on my face, because I have these huge glasses that I don't like to draw on my face. Yeah, so I can't wear huge headphones because then my glasses won't fit, and then I can't actually see to draw anything. So there would be no stream. Yeah, I've only been to the Capitol here a couple of times, mostly to visit my aunt. It's not a good place. Like, it's not a good place. It's not like it's a terrible place, but it's definitely like, it's not a very good place. There are parts of it that are good, but my aunt has lived there for a few years, and she likes it well enough, but she's definitely kind of like, it is not the best place. But there are worse places. It's not bad. Like, outside of Detroit is not bad. Coming from someone who spent most of their life in a suburb outside of Detroit, like I live just off of 5 Mile, not that bad. It really depends on what town you're in. If you go to Redford, they literally wall off the rich part of Redford from the rest of it because it's terrible. But like Royal Oak is full of the rich people, and we hate them a little bit. I hate them a little bit. Yeah. There are some really nice parts of Detroit. Unfortunately, sometimes the nice parts are like right in the middle of the bad parts. like the DIA, the Detroit Institute of Arts. It's like right next to or in the middle. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what section of Detroit that is. I do remember this one time when I was very little, and my mom's family, who had only ever grown up like in the suburbs of off of Detroit, right? They'd never really been inside Detroit. But my mom and my dad had to go inside of Detroit all the time for work. They decided to go to a Tigers game. Yeah. And I went with them. And I was like, I think I was like 8, right? And we go to the Tigers game. It's a baseball game. It runs late at night, right? Because it's like fucking October, so it's pitch black at 7 o'clock. And we're leaving the stadium. We get in the car, and they don't want to sit in traffic. They're like, oh, we'll go down some of these side streets as a shortcut. And we get lost in the bad side of Detroit to a point where they're like, they just have all of the kids just duck down in the seats as they're driving as fast as possible. Oh, my dad was like, you're never going anywhere with that family again. That side of the family, never again. Nope. Nope. Nothing like a bunch of white people in a minivan driving through the bad part of Detroit in the middle of the night. Lost as shit. Oh, and none of them had GPS. And this was before like smartphones and smartphones having accurate GPS. So we were lost. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Dearborn used to be really nice. Dearborn is not as nice now. Or parts of Dearborn. Some of Dearborn is really nice. They have amazing food out in Dearborn. They have like some of the best like ethnic and Middle Eastern and yeah. Smart. So smart. Oh god. So out of my friend group in college, I was the only one who was from the Detroit area. So I remember like my sophomore year of college, I just get a message in the group chat. Oh yeah, it's Ben. It's supposed, I think it's the largest, or it used to be the largest Middle Eastern and Muslim population in America. Settled in Dearborn. But so my friend's sophomore year of college, I just get a message in the group chat, and it is a screenshot somebody took on their computer of like a news site. They had been watching the news on their computer, and the headline was new record for Detroit, no shootings in 24 hours, or no homicides found in 24 hours. And I was like, oh, that's sad. No. And then like a week later, they messaged me a different headline from my actual town where they were like, high schooler shot boyfriend in the head. And I was like, yep. Possibly, I don't know. Yeah, sophomore year of college, my town got on the news because a girl I went to high school with, who I barely knew, by the way. My high school was pretty big, and she was a couple years below me, but that's not what people remember. They just remember that Ginger went to school with someone who accidentally in quotations, shot their boyfriend in the head. Yeah. They had gotten into a fight, and like, it was definitely kind of iffy. He lived, but it was, yeah. I come from an interesting place. I actually don't come from that bad of a place. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, yeah, there you go. Oh my god. So moving from like the east side of the state to the west side, growing up like near Detroit, I then moved and lived like just outside of the Grand Rapids area for a little while. And a roommate that I had was like, we're in the ghetto of Grand Rapids. I was like, no, we are not. People walk outside all the time. We have a park and a public pool. Like, no, this is not, don't, you shut up. And then I moved to like the actual ghetto of Grand Rapids. And it still wasn't that bad. Like, I've lived in worse places. I currently live in a worse place. Ha 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 ha. Like, I'm not even... if you're from the Detroit area and you tell people you're from Detroit and they are from Detroit, they will murder you. They're like, no, you're not. So that's why I always say I'm from the Detroit area, because that's more accurate. From the area. Like, just 5 miles outside of Detroit. The area. And then I meet people who are like, oh, well, so you're not actually from Detroit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up. Your town is not better. Your town is not better, and it's not scarier. Stop acting like you know better. I will beat you up. Yeah, I guess. I think it's more just people leave each other. Actually, in the middle of COVID, when I was working for a call center, I was gonna go into work that night, and I woke up to gunshots, like 2 blocks away. And Art, who had never heard gunshots in his neighborhood before, was like, I think those are fireworks. I was like, no, those are not fireworks. And I was like, and they sounded really close. So we called in a tip to the police, and they let us know that, like, people were on scene already, because that's what you're supposed to do if you hear them within a mile of you. And I called into work, and I was like, I'm gonna work from home tonight. I'm not leaving my house. Because there's a man out there with a gun. And I looked into it, like, a couple days later, because police reports are, if the case is closed, they're usually open to the public. Yeah. I used to hear guns going off, or it was either guns or fireworks, which is how I learned to tell the difference almost every night in the summer growing up. Just from rowdy neighbors. But some guy had shot, like, his entire family outside, like, in his house, and they were like 2 blocks away from us. And I was like, oh, great. But it was in the direction I didn't have to head in for work, so I was like, it's fine. And the police had him in custody, so I was like, we're fine. Yeah, there were a lot of fireworks in the park near us, but I don't know where the gunshot noises came from. They didn't come from the general direction of the park, but they were still kind of like close enough. But yeah, it was just kind of like, we had a lot of rednecks in our town, so it was probably just people. Well, then my town didn't have them because, like, dear God. To be fair, my town was not well managed. From what I grew up in the poorer side of my own town. Okay. Sorry, I put a cookie in my mouth. I think that they can, like, triangulate the location and they search within that location or something. Probably not. I've never actually had the police ever do anything. Like, that sounds really bad, but every time I've been in a situation where I have to call the police, including like emergencies where I had neighbors like pounding on my door screaming that they were gonna come in and murder me, took the police like an hour to show up, or I think the fastest it was like 20 minutes. And I live a mile away from the sheriff's station, by the way. And they do nothing. They've literally done nothing. They've been very polite, but they have done nothing. So. Yeah. No. We've had to file multiple police reports against our downstairs neighbor for just psychotic behavior and threatening to come up and kill us for imagined, like, offenses. And no one has ever done anything. Not the landlord, not the police, nobody. I've also had police just not show up, though. But that mostly happened in, like, the bigger city I lived in. We should stop talking about police officers because talking about anything like that is very political. Talking about her. No, okay, so when I've had the police not show up, it's been, it happened a couple of times when I worked at that shitty late night pizza place, and I would have customers come in and they're like, hey, this guy has been following us for like this many blocks, he won't leave our table. Or it's like, oh, like he's like threatening us or shit like that. And we would call the police officers, like we're supposed to, and we're like, hey, and we explain the situation. The police will, like, they'll be like, okay, we'll send someone out. And I've just, like, I think we had to do it about 4 or 5 times. 3 times they showed up. Very annoyed, very angry. By then, the people had already left because they had taken like 2 hours. And 2 other times they didn't show up at all. And yes, they have a very tough job. But like, people could die. They have a very tough job, but part of the reason why their job is tough is if they mess up, people could die. But they also seem to be messing up a lot. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Vector, what's your favorite dinosaur? We talked about dinosaurs earlier on the stream, and we talked about Dinotopia, which was this amazing book. Let's talk about dinosaurs. Triceratops? Triceratops is good. I can't pronounce the name of my favorite dinosaur. Which is bad, but it's like, it's got like a beak for a mouth and it's... I bet they are. I've never played a Jurassic Park game and I've only seen the first Jurassic Park movie. Did you know that Jurassic Park was a book? I only know that because years ago I went out with a guy and it was the only book he had ever read. And he talked about it a lot. I was like, I like dinosaurs. I do not want to talk this much about Jurassic Park. Ooh, okay. I thought you were just in the park trying not to die. I definitely want to play a Jurassic Park game where I get to design the park. Do you lose points based on if people die? Or does that not matter? I hope that doesn't matter, because I would try to make a park where people die very slowly and painfully. Or very quickly. Like, if you go to the left, you die quickly. If you go to the right, you die slowly. And you'll never know. Okay, yeah. He only read that one. Good guy. Should have read more books. I want my reputation to be of people dying. Why would you go to this park? It's the death park. Maybe I like maybe I'm an adrenaline junkie. Third time's a charm, Amanda. In this scenario, it is the boyfriend Dave talking to his girlfriend Amanda, who does not want to go to the park again because she almost died. He wants to go to the park again. Aww. But that's how you know when the fun people still come. The people who like to live on the edge. I am not one of those people. Jurassic World Evolution. Is that just dinosaurs? What is that? Oh, okay. So it's just another Jurassic Park builder. I'm actually thinking about doing a few gaming streams, but I don't quite know what games they will be. Oh, that's really cool. Maybe I would do that one. Maybe a game to scare art, because I really do love horror games, and I remember when I first got Steam and I was like, there are free independent horror games? Yes. And I just got a bunch of them. And then I've only played a few because I don't have a lot of time. But maybe. Or like, maybe Shovel Knight? I really like Shovel Knight. There's also Salt and Sanctuary, which is a good game. I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. Also, if I did like a horror game stream, I think I'd want to do it like late at night. Maybe I could show you guys my Stardew Valley farm. When I get bored, I play a lot of Stardew Valley. Not looking too bad. Not too bad. Companies matching 2-to-1 on donations, so I've just made them pay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I don't know what that's referring to. Oh, nice! That's awesome! I get you. That's awesome. Yep, I remember, like, my high school, we could afford, like, we could afford 3 chemistry experiments a year, and the students had to still, like, put in a percentage. Yeah. Ah, what happened? Oh, hi, Tarnish13. I wasn't looking at... Thank you for following. I wasn't looking at my screen, so I just got the sound alert really loud in my headphones, and I like turned my head to look. Hello, thank you for the follow. I had no idea that they were that loud. I might have to adjust that a little bit. Oh, Tarnish13 just joined the Discord. Thank you. I'll come say hi in a minute. Fortunately, the Discord isn't super active right now, so working on it. Donations for Giving Tuesday. Is that something you set up for yourself, or is that something like through your job? Is that just something I've never heard of? I do have a Discord. There should be links to it down on like the About page or in the description. I'm not on it very often, which is really bad. I know I should be, but being social is hard. I don't think I have a bot command set up. That's something that I have to get set up, is bots and bot commands. Here. Yeah, it's, Let me see if I can like pull up the link really quick. Oh, Giving Tuesday is an official day? I had no idea. Okay, that's also the Discord link. Yeah, if you guys want to hang out in the Discord, I'll try to post more often and like put stuff in there. I have a memes channel. It just Yep. That about sums it up. Just running so many social things is difficult. Because when you do art and streaming, like even just a regular streamer, but also as an artist, you have to run all of these social media channels to market yourself, and it's fucking hard. There's a reason why marketing is its own goddamn degree, like... Okay. And we're not done with the liner. I thought we were. And I spoke too soon. I do feel like... So it's like... It's Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Sunday is nothing. And then Cyber Monday, and then Giving Tuesday? Are we starting off like... You know how they have the week leading up to Easter? Now we have the week leading down from Thanksgiving. Huh. I kind of like it, but at the same time it's built around consumerism, which I do not enjoy as much. Except Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is nice. Alright, I know I said that the stream would end at 1 like it usually does, but I did have to take that kind of like bigger break in the middle to get food and tea because I forgot to feed myself before the stream. So we'll just go a little bit past that. We'll go to like... We'll go to like 1:30. My tea's kind of cold now, which makes me sad, but the cookies are still good. Anyone have any other plans for this lovely Tuesday day? I was gonna say Tuesday evening, and it's definitely not evening. It's like afternoon. I don't think I have any other plans. I might do another stream tonight starting at 7. But I haven't decided yet. Okay. That's the line art. All set and done. Just more meetings. That's not fun. Ah! Oh! I put it on the wrong layer. There we go. I'll probably, maybe between streams, maybe I'll finish this. Because I'm going to be drawing something else for the nighttime stream. And I'll continue doing those cute anime cat girls. Ah! Okay. Now we're gonna start doing base colors. Meeting has been moved. Save. Did you hear that they've made a remake of Saved by the Bell? I don't know if any of you have ever seen that. I have seen it, even though it's before my time. Just a little bit gray. I've seen Saved by the Bell, and I was not the biggest fan. I feel like this is the wrong skin tone. Gonna pop over here and just look at the you know what, we're just gonna didn't like it. I did not like they're in like their first season, or not their first season, their 5th season or something, right? Yeah, I think they're in their fifth season. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and import a thing. Import an image. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. They're also doing a remake of That 70s Show. Okay, so it is definitely like this shade, right? Yes, okay. So I was using the wrong color. Where it's a remake of That 70s Show where it's Donna and Eric's daughter hanging out for the summer with her grandparents, Red and Kitty, in the 90s, and they're calling it That 90s Show. I'm kind of interested to see how it goes, but I'm also I really liked That 70s Show up until that stupid last season that they put out, which was terrible. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm putting down the base colors for her skin tone, and then I'll do another layer for like her lips and her eyes, and then I'll do another layer for her hair. And then I can start like shading everything. Ah, shit. I forgot to hit record for the speed paint again. Oh well, it'll be fine. On like my other monitor, I set up OBS to record so that I can still make speed paint videos for my YouTube channel. And sometimes I forget to hit the record button. That's okay. Now I'm not super happy with how this is turning out, but it's not bad. And it is just kind of like for practice. I really probably should like label these colors. And now for the hair, the very complicated hair. I think it's supposed to be this color. Let's just double check that. Yep, okay. I went to school with this kid. I'd known him since preschool, so I was one of the few people who believed him when he would tell people this, but he had black eyebrows. Like absolute black, like they looked almost dyed, but he had white blonde hair. Completely natural. It was super weird. He'd had them ever since we were in preschool, like that's just how it was. So when we went to school together, and by the time we got to high school, like, people thought that he just dyed his eyebrows, or he dyed his hair, and they wouldn't believe him. I was one of the few people he would bring over to have verify, yes, that's what his natural hair looks like. I don't know if I've just listened to this playlist a lot, or if this is like a cover of a song from a video game, but I swear I've heard it before. Okay. I'm gonna take a brief pause really quick to run to the restroom. I will talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, back. Awesome. Oh, that was my chair shifting. Oh god, the sun suddenly came out and is streaming through the window and it's blinding me. Shit. We got so much snow yesterday. I hate it. I hate it so much. Not a fan of snow or the cold. Why was I born in this state? You know, something I didn't know that I learned over the holiday weekend, we were staying in a hotel, and Nick at Night plays like Friends. Like, they marathon Friends, it seems like, for at least a couple hours every night. I had no idea. It was just weird. Like, flipping through channels, and we were like, oh, it's Friends. Oh, maybe they're doing, like, a special on, like, TNT or something. Nope, it's Nick at Night. Friends. Okay. That's what the children of today want. That's what the children of today get. Now she kind of looks like a Smurf with this. Okay. probably not going to finish the base colors on stream, but I'm probably going to work on it more today off stream. That's okay, because then if you guys want to see it, I'll be making a speed paint. Hooray! You can find those on my YouTube channel, which is just Gingersnap Draws. It should also be linked in the about. What else? Yep, I'll be back later tonight at 7 p.m. to draw anime cat girls. So if that's something you want to see, I will be there. Nope, I almost forgot that, like, you know, this needs to be outlined so that it doesn't fill this in. Awesome. I feel like I should have made like this part of her head a little taller and then this part of her bun a little shorter, but can't fix it now. This is where it gets complicated. Okay, I know I said I'd stop at 130. But we're so close to being done with the base colors. I'm just gonna finish up. And there we go. That's all the base colors. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping in. Again, thank you for the follow. Thank you for joining the Discord if you have. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. Maybe I'll see you guys later at 7 p.m. tonight. If not, that's fine. You guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.